Voters are deciding important city and school elections all across the area. It's all hands on deck here at WCCO as we gear up for a night of comprehensive coverage and analysis and what the results mean for you and your family. We begin with Esme Murphy and the issue putting Minneapolis in the national spotlight. Esme?
Well, Frank, I'm standing right in front of what was the 3rd precinct, the 3rd Minneapolis Police Precinct that, of course, was burned during the riots right after George Floyd's death. 9 days after that, 9 city council members got up on a stage at Powderhorn Park, not too far from here, and said they supported defunding the police. The culmination of that appearance at Powderhorn Park is the Charter Amendment 2 on the ballot that would replace the Minneapolis Police. Now, the Yes for Minneapolis Police are telling me that their internal polling shows they are slightly ahead. The no vote, sources there with the no vote group tell me they are about 8 to 9 points ahead. Now, these are internal polls, so you have to take them with a grain of salt. All told, 1,500 businesses were destroyed in the riots. By one estimate, only 21% are back. Business owners and workers along Lake Street we spoke to this afternoon were all against Amendment 2.
Last week we had a shooting right on front of the market, and one of the windows was affected for that. And you know, we are trying to bring back the customers.
The government gives the police more power because I didn't feel safety more like before. Before it was better.
Now, this vote is being watched across the country. If it passes, it will serve as a model for other progressive cities and no doubt become a talking point for Republicans for the 22 midterms. If it doesn't pass, there's going to be a lot of questions about this entire movement. Minneapolis is one of the most progressive cities in the country. If it can't pass here, where can it pass?
Yeah, interesting issues, Esme. Thank you very much. We'll follow that tonight. Meanwhile, Hennepin County Sheriff Dave Hutchinson is raising concerns today about what would happen if Minneapolis votes yes on question 2.
I just worry if the amendment does pass, we have 30 days from today for a plan, and nobody knows the plan. And if we're going to make these drastic changes, which there are changes that need to be made, but we need community input. As far as I know, the lack of planning they have has no community input. We need to get different community leaders from the north side, south side, you name it, to be a part of the solution to make this profession better. We got to invest in training. We got to invest in recruiting good people.
The sheriff went on to say that we cannot experiment with public safety because it puts lives at risk. Last week, he said his department will continue to provide help to other communities it serves as its staffing and resources allow. Well, as people cast their ballots today, some are eager to talk and share their thoughts with us.
Susan Elizabeth Littlefield is in South Minneapolis right now, and she's been talking with voters all day, and she joins us now. So, Susan Elizabeth, what did you find out?
Well, Amelia, I have been talking to voters. I started in North Minneapolis. I was in Central Minneapolis, downtown. Right now, we're in South Minneapolis. Yes, there is a mayoral race. Yes, city council is on the ballot. But the one issue everyone is talking about, what is the future of the Minneapolis Police Department? It's not just any election. This is a big one, a decision that affects every single person who lives, works, or plays in Minneapolis. Who will answer if they call for help? Who will keep the city safe? North Minneapolis voter John Martin says MPD needs to remain in place.
Yes, but I voted no because I don't quite understand it and they don't have a plan. They just put it on the ballot, don't have a plan. So if you're putting someone on the ballot and you want the people to actually vote on it, first of all, they have to understand it.
South Minneapolis voter Carol Caruth agrees.
And I voted no on that because I don't think we should get rid of the police department.
That having the city council there to be in check of the mayor.
In Central Minneapolis, Eric Romano says it's time for change.
Obviously, the city has gone through a lot that I believe that it's worth a chance to give another option or another perspective to address the issues that we have.
He supports the push to make a new public safety department.
I believe a public safety department, they should be committed to living in the city as well as caring about the city.
Back on the north side, the pastor of a church that's held funeral after funeral of violence victims says he's using his voice outside of the pulpit.
We need our police department, and it does need reform. We understand that. but to just defund the police or to remove our police chief at this point, at this juncture, doesn't make any sense at all.
Passion from both sides as everyone watches to see who will keep watch over this city. Yeah, and passion is so high. In fact, we're in Linden Hills right now, and I just went inside this polling place, talked with the captain here, the elections captain. He said, Susan Elizabeth, in 2017, the last time we had a citywide municipal election, there were about 42% of voters that have showed up. They've already had about 75% of voters show up.
High turnout. All right, thank you, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield from Southwest Minneapolis. People around the country are watching what happens in Minneapolis today. Our community became ground zero in the fight for police reform following the murder of George Floyd. Jeff Pegues with CBS News was here covering it along with the Chauvin trial. Earlier today on CBSN Minnesota, he spoke with our Sheila Reeves about the possible national implication of today's police vote and says that Minnesotans could set a precedent.
Looking at the big picture, this is really a pivotal moment for law enforcement around the nation.
Well, it is, and I'm glad you brought that up because, frankly, it's been a pivotal moment since before George Floyd's murder. There were police departments across the country struggling to hire officers. You know, you just aren't seeing enough positive stories about law enforcement across the country where people at home who are perhaps looking for a career or a career change would want to join a police department right now. And so that's why what is happening with this election and this issue of defunding the police is so critical, not only in Minneapolis, but across the country, as police departments across the country try to reform, try to take steps to do things differently, but also try to recruit.
Jeff says in his research, he sees many police issues come down to training and hiring, which a city will still need to do even if it reimagines or defunds its police force. Coming up at 6 this evening, hear how police chiefs across Minnesota are focused on the voting in Minneapolis. Plus, our in-depth coverage and analysis continues when the polls close at 8. You can watch on TV and our free digital streaming network, CBSN Minnesota. Use your smart TV CBS News app, or it's also available on our app and WCCO.com.